Hi, I'm Eric Liittschwager. I'm your host, and welcome to Quick Chop. Today we're doing a roasted pork loin with Chinese noodles and Julian vegetables. Let's get chopping. Quick Chop is provided by Mission Grocery Outlet in San Francisco. Today we're doing this great pork loins, which is a great meat to work with. Really versatile. You can use it in so many ways. I kind of prep it a little bit. I usually check the tendon side, which is the smoother side, and this is our bottom. So I will make this my presentation side, which is the top. It's got this membrane on it, and what I'll usually do is take the knife and just kind of score through that slightly, just to kind of help open it up. Now, pork loin, don't overcook it. It's only going to take 10 to 15 minutes in the broiler, if that. And the reason I slice the membrane is just helps get the seasonings down in there a little bit. Like I've said before, I like to use pink salts because of its melting qualities. We do a little bit of that beforehand. Salt 3 times, once at the beginning, once in the middle if you can, and then once at the end just before you serve. Now this is kind of an Asian style dish that I'm doing, so we're kind of sticking with a few of those items, like soy sauce. And again, I like to use soy sauce on meats when I'm grilling it because it gives it a nice caramelization. Just a little bit of ground cumin on there. Great ingredient for this dish is also a chipotle chili. Gives it a nice little punch. And I'll just put a tad of that on the top, kind of dust it. You have to judge your guests, you know, not everybody likes spicy stuff or peak, but I like it. So. Little red chili flake, and last, some olive oil. That is ready for the oven. I've got that going in the broiler. I'm going to keep an eye on it because once things start browning, it really happens quickly. So you got to catch it and monitor the temperature of the meat. And I'll show you how we're going to test to see its doneness or how well we want it done. Now, don't be afraid to cook pork a little on the medium side. You know, everybody is a little concerned sometimes about pork and the cooking temperature of it. It's perfectly safe to have it a little pink and a little rare on the inside, so it's just fine. So as part of this dish, we're doing a little bit of julienne zucchini and red peppers, and I've already bought the pre-shredded carrots. I have no problem using these things. It's great time saver. They're fantastic, and they keep in the fridge for a while too, so don't be afraid to grab those. You know, when you're making dishes like this too, color is something that's always in my mind. You know, how are colors looking? Do I have a blend of colors? I like to have something that's going to be really appealing to the eye for your guests or for yourself. So first I'm going to start with the zucchini. We're just going to julienne up a little bit of that. And again, size of your cuts depends on cooking times and, you know, what's good for you. Fits on the fork well. Everybody's got their own way of doing stuff like this. Since I'm trying to get a uniform size, I'm going to take the center off of that, of this zouk, courgette in French. There's nothing wrong with the centers of those. For slicing purposes, it just makes it come out a little bit better. Yeah, so don't forget to follow us on newsupnow.org or Instagram at Quick Chop Show. Send us your recipes, send us your ideas, comments. If we like them, you know, we'll put them in. You know, maybe we'll put some on. So I'm just checking the meat right now. If you see that it's starting to get a little brown too fast, you know, just throw a little piece of tin foil on the top of it. It'll kind of arrest the browning part. And all right, so I'm just gonna de-seed a little of this. Peeling garlic. One One of the quick ways to do it, I just smack it with the flat of the knife on the back of your fist, and it just pops right off. And since it's already kind of crushed, I'm not looking for anything beautiful. Now, as I said, it's a bit of an Asian dish, so we're gonna use a lot of the components that you're really familiar with, which is garlic, ginger, sesame oil, chili oil. Lemongrass, great stuff. I love using this. Has really nice flavors and nuances. It goes great with ginger, garlic. Throw it in bouillons and soups. You can't really eat it, but it's easy to pick out. The way I slice it up, I'll just usually have it, and it'll that way impart a lot of the flavor into what I'm doing. And it's just tell your dinner guests, or you can pick it out yourself before you serve it. Just pick out those pieces. I leave it nice and big so it's easy to find in your dish, so you can just kind of half it down the middle. Now I'm making a little bit of this broth. I found this stuff in the store the other day, faux bone broth, grocery outlet, and they had it on sale for like $2.99, and I love it. I bought like 6 packages of it, and I threw them in the freezer, and I'm just using them. Love this stuff. But like a lot of things at grocery outlet, it won't be there forever. So I'm just gonna drop the lemongrass in there, and that's gonna give it a little bit of an extra flavor profile that I like. For this dish, we're using these Chinese noodles, again, good old grocery outlet. We're just gonna boil these up real quickly, drain them off and rinse them, and then we're gonna stir fry them with our vegetables, and then we're gonna finish it off with the pork loin, which is done. Now, yeah, it's nice and springy still in the center, which is good. That's what I want. It's going to continue to cook if I just leave it there. So if I left the foil on, it would stay hot and probably cook even a little bit more. But it's just what I want right now, so we're done. We're like 5 minutes now from serving, which means it's time to open the wine. So one of the wines I pick with this, with pork that I love is Pinot Noir. This one we've got over there at Grocery Outlet, it's a Steakhouse Vineyards, $5.99. Haven't had it, just figured we'd bring it over and try it out. Had some pretty good write-ups on it. For the sauteing of everything here that we're gonna do, I'm gonna use a grapeseed oil, which I like because it's got that higher flash point, and we can cook it at a higher temperature. If we put olive oil in there, it's fine, but if your pan's a little too hot, it's gonna start smoking on you. So, in with the garlic. You can hear just by the sound, it's not too hot, so that's fine. Now you could put the ginger in with the bouillon and then kind of strain it off if you want, but I love to eat ginger, so I'm throwing it right in there. The zucchini takes just a few minutes to cook, if that. So that's really like the last thing that's going in. Those ready. Salt that. Everything nice and coated. All right, let's bring our pork loin over. And we're just gonna take some nice slices here. It's nice and cooked. There's still a little bit of liquid in there, and it stayed in. If I'd cut it when it came right out of the oven, all of that liquid would have just gushed right out, and you'd have a platter full of liquid. So by letting it rest, it retains in the fibers of the meat. And for me, that's cooked perfect. So we're just going to plate those noodles on there. Finish this off with a couple items. I'm going to drizzle just a little sesame oil on there. And this is the bouillon with the lemongrass. That's going to just kind of finish. Chili paste on the side. And a little lime. The lime goes really well with the chili sauce. You'll really like that. Well, let's give it a try. Yep. You know, adding that little squeeze of lime in there really makes a difference. Excellent. So, thanks for tuning in. Send me your comments, questions, of course, or even your recipes to quickchop@newsupnow.org or via social media @QuickChopShow. Keep chopping, and we'll see you next time. Quick Chop is provided by Mission Grocery Outlet in San Francisco.